my good friends, what happened last time?
Creepy dreams.
Raven dropped off a letter from...
No, not a raven, a tiny little red bird.
Whatever. A
Bird.
dropped off the fucking letter from... what's his name?
Estoyo.
Thank you.
That dude.
Let's see. Somebody was, doing satanic circle dances around our camp last night.
One of the nights, yeah.
And Knox...
Speaking of satanic
and Knox had a nightmare. And...
Maybe there's a message like yours, too.
Also, the dead bodies that we had to contact the authorities about.
No, don't do that.
No, not that's kind of,
That's necrophilia, and that's not okay.
But Theo thought
Theo? Theo and Wolfform just like... No, Theo, no humping!
pet dog.
Uses shape water, squirt bottle.
Young dogs will hump whatever.
That's why we got pillows.
Right?
Rocky. Yeah, no, we got pillows. He's got his own pillow. Nobody touches it. It's his.
That's fair.
Go into your corner.
Yes.
The first time we did it, like, yep, that's your pillow, buddy.
So, last week, yes, you guys spent a portion of it on the road, where when you had stopped to make camp, had realized that mayhaps you were being followed, being watched, being stalked, something of that nature. During this time period, Knox had a dream, nightmare of some kind that depicted various images that left behind a message. Awakening through the night, as the light of day came and everyone kind of stirred awake from the camp, there were lines of shuffling kind of footprints, both animalistic and humanoid.
Satanic sacrificial circle.
Yes, in a circle around the camp, leaving behind the same message.
And you spoke to Professor Oak the Tree.
Yeah.
I did not write that down.
I didn't either.
But they were all bipedal, and there was more than 5 of them.
Yes. Yeah, we don't know exactly how many.
I forgot about Professor Oak, not gonna lie. Oh, and the consent and the tree board thing. Yeah. I'm remembering that now.
Where we ended up leaving off was as you guys were approaching the entrance to Foxroth. So, that is where we begin as you guys are closing in. The immediate scenery around you kind of changes. The road that leads into the city, probably the last mile or so, changes from being paved with dirt to more of a concrete kind of mix. So the road becomes very nice to walk on for both humanoids and animals. Horses have an easier time traversing the smooth concrete as opposed to the rugged streets. Going up to the entrance, and you could see this from far away, but as you get closer it becomes kind of more prominent. There is a extremely large wall that kind of encircles the city. When you get up to it and you're looking up, it's easily over 100 and 200 feet tall. That goes and stretches as far as you can see on either side, eventually you assume wrapping to encase the city. In various places on the outside of the road on either side, there are scatterings of cherry blossoms. Very unique style trees that have pink leaves. There are some regular trees still mixed in with them in the changing times of the green, yellow, and orange colors. But the cherry blossoms are unique to this region specifically. And as you approach the gate that is connected in between two sides of the wall, there is these 3 towering red arches, very, very similar to the same style that you've seen before in Yoshi, that go across the top of it. And written in... It's written in a form of... What languages do you guys speak?
Common, Elvish, Goblin, Dwarvish.
I think Common and Celestial. There might be one more, but Common and Celestial.
Giant.
Common, Eurasian, Sylvan. Common, Sylvan, and Thieves' Camp, which I highly doubt is Thieves' Camp.
Oh, behold, it's Steve's camp.
So a lot of you guys recognize it, but are unable to, like, read the words that are kind of written on the arches. They are like a twisted form of Common that is unknown. Like, you recognize the letters, but the way they're organized doesn't make sense.
Spanish.
German.
I was thinking he said a different form of common. I was thinking more like Creole. Did to pay, not a day. Lend to pay, not a day.
As you approach, the gates are, or the gate itself is open, but like you're kind of used to seeing, where there's like steel or iron bars that kind of come in the middle of the gates that either push open or rise up to open. It's just open. There's nothing there that would be lowered or raised, but there are guards standing in front of it, but they don't have a gate that raises or opens. It's just this archway. And on that note, the guards that are in front of it, you could tell they're guards just by the way they're kind of idly standing there, just kind of keeping tabs on the people that are coming and going.
Style.
But they are not dressed in the uniforms that you are used to seeing with the Dawn Guard. They are kind of more like adventurer style, where it's like hard leathers, but it's like you can tell that they're wearing armor, but they're wearing like almost like business attire over it.
More like a city militia
basically
than the national.
But it's a very refined and professional looking militia. They wear like suits over their armors.
So
Percy can feel that. He wears his clothes over his leather armor too.
immediate respect, don't fuck with these guys, because these guys genuinely give me the vibe of your body could disappear and nobody would be the wiser.
Yeah.
We respond to only one higher power, and that's definitely not you.
Gives you like a nod of acknowledgement as you guys are passing
Bodies
through.
disappearing. I don't know anything about such things.
No, just you in the ribs.
I don't know a thing about that either.
So entering into the city, you are kind of immediately entering into this abundance of people. This is probably the largest gathering and crowd of people just kind of walking the streets that you guys have seen so far.
Even in Arcanium?
Yes, it's much bigger.
I mean, also, Foxtrot and Arcanium, please do not put them on the same level of what is technically safe for people.
Fair.
I assume Percy takes
One
up.
of them is Las Vegas. One of them has a significantly higher death toll.
As Percy's trying to maneuver the wagon, he's probably like, "Hey, look out! Quit your walking there! Come on! Let us through! Come on! What's the matter with you?"
I didn't know Percy was Italian.
Give me an intimidation check.
He suddenly turned into a New Yorker.
Don't we have advantage on the
No.
because of the claw? on our cart?
Oh yeah, the giant gator claw.
I would say probably not right now, just because
It's not properly
We
mounted
don't
yet.
need no extra bonuses. It's a dirty 20.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus.
Oh wait, I lied. It's a 19.
You bring the ghetto of Las
Yup.
Vegas.
So yeah, as you're kind of shouting, people do
You're not
kind of
cursing
look
enough for you in
and,
New
and
York.
see. They're kind of taken back a little bit
By how
because you're
British.
so small. But they see kind of the decoration of the cart, and especially as you pass, they see more people in the back, and most of them do like kind of scatter and make pockets out of your way.
Kai, where are we going, by the way?
So things of note, as you walk in, there are a handful of things that catch your eyes immediately. So especially you two being on the outside, and you guys see it too, just like a few seconds behind them because you see it as the cart keeps traveling and you're looking out. The atmosphere and the like decor of the people is different than Miyoshi, where Miyoshi was like more of a like feudal age style kind of, you know, kimonos and very traditional. This would be more modernized, where it's still, you know, still kimonos, but they are like extremely elegant and professional, and those that aren't in kimonos are in basically like suits. There is still, you know, the definite handfuls of, you know, people that are just wearing regular
Clothes.
yeah, regular clothes and garments and robes and things like that.
Working class people.
Yeah, it's a higher standard. You get that vibe kind of walking through here, and as you are looking around, you see that most of the people in the like suit attire are either heading to or coming from the like towards the west side of the city. Then along with the people, you see, because it is extremely large and very obvious to spot, you're unsure how far away it is from you, but in front of you, probably near the central point of the city, is a extremely large and massive fox statue that is depicting a fox on 4 legs, and there is a extremely bright glow coming from the center of its forehead. And the statue itself stands probably at its highest point as tall, if not taller, than the wall that guards the city.
It's huge.
Yes, it is very, 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 very big. And connected kind of to that central point, like to the head of the fox, there are like bridges that branch out, and you kind of follow them through the sky, and they lead to various points in the wall where there are towers that kind of stick out even taller, like an extra like 50, 100 feet from the wall. And these bridges connect to the top of these
Makes
towers.
sense. In times of emergency, the guards now don't have to fight for the ground. They can just go over.
I'd like to climb to the top of that. Pardon, I'll talk a little louder for them. I'd like to climb to the top of that tower sometime while we're here, Kai.
Maybe not this visit.
Probably a bad idea.
We'll see.
Well, this visit, it's just to stop to get cold weather stuff, and
long
then
as you don't get
potions,
caught.
and then...
Get caught. I have potions.
This is just a quick stop so we can get some supplies, and then we're heading north again.
Depending on what time of day it is, we might spend at least the night.
What time of day is it, DM?
I think it's like middle afternoon or so. Because I think from when you guys woke
by the time
up.
we get done shopping, we'll probably just spend the night and head out early.
Because I think from when you guys woke up, you had basically a half day's travel to get here.
So
That's
we'll
actually-
let me
spend,
check my-
we'll
let me check my
probably,
notebook.
once we're done shopping, spend the night and then head out first thing in the morning.
Let him double
I
check
bet
his
it'd be
notes.
really cool to climb that thing at night. With that bright light shining off it. That'd be cool.
That'd be a bad idea.
Is it a bad
Fun
idea?
Dad says no.
Is it a bad idea?
Yeah.
Definitely. If you get caught,
So I
you might not
believe today
bail you
is
out.
the afternoon of the 17th.
No promises on that last part.
Well, Kai's gonna kind of
I got
reach
money
out
for bail.
to one of the normal clothed people. She doesn't want to touch anybody dressed super nice because she doesn't want to risk getting hurt. So she's just gonna kind of reach out to one of them and just kind of tap him on the shoulder because it's still slow going. We're in a town. It's not like
It's slow going, but the people are moving quickly.
so. I'll probably just try and get the attention of one of them then.
Okay.
Are the average citizens here wearing basically the same garb as we saw in the Oshi village?
More refined.
Okay.
Where you do see your fair share of kimonos, but they are of that same elegant, high class level. It's kimonos and suits are the majority, with like commoner clothing being the minority.
Does it seem to be
yes, the jeans and t-shirt.
organized as far as where the people are moving, or does it seem to be like mass chaos? People going every which. You know what I mean? Is it like is it like downtown Mumbai, or is it more like, you know?
Yeah, so it's like downtown New York, where people
Jesus
are
Christ.
just moving. They're on their own agenda, going to wherever they are going.
Push, shove. Doesn't matter which direction the other person's going.
Traffic signals do
Do
not
not
matter.
Do not exist. Fire in the corner.
Yeah, it's like
Let's cut off the fire hydrant.
they're like ants. As they're moving, they go around the obstacles.
Yeah.
But they
Like there could be a dead body in the street, and they would just go around it.
yes.
Okay.
However, the general aesthetic of people though is similar. Like it's the same kind of population that was in Miyoshi. It's just a different different living class basically.
Yep.
So Kai's gonna try and get a hold of one of the less nicely dressed people.
Okay.
Just kind of get their attention. Like, hey, question for you.
Okay. So you have to do this a couple times
Mhm.
before eventually.
She's just gonna
somebody-
get really forceful and stick her staff out in front of somebody.
Yeah, so you do that. You take your staff, and they do stop, and they give you that look like,
The fuck?
"Get out of my way."
Got a question for you. I'll pay you for your time. Where's a good cheap inn, and where can we get cold weather gear?
Oh, D20. Oh, persuasion or intimidation. I'd let you use either.
Yeah. No,
Temperance.
Which one?
That's a natural 17. Doesn't matter either way. I have no bonuses to either.
Nice.
So you're persuasively aggressive.
This person kind of looks over their shoulder, and kind of from where you are, they do like this. Say, pretty much anywhere in the central portion of Foxtrough. If you've never been here before, the centralized portion is where all of the R&R can be found.
Did we get stopped by the guards or anything? Or
Mm-mm. No, they acknowledged you entering, but they didn't seem to stop you.
They are always casting detect evil and good.
it's just
It's just enchanted in the gateway. So
Yeah.
if you're evil, they'll just know.
sucks.
Kai will pull out 2 gold and hand it to your person.
So they're just detect evil and good.
They happily take it and continue on their way.
Straight out into the center of town, it seems like.
Man, you let him off the hook with that. I'll ask him what their name was. Excuse me, random citizen, what's your name?
Random Citizen A, now leave me alone.
Background character 2.
Yeah.
Person who dies 3.
So Percy will keep trying to get the cart, keep kind of moving in that general direction. But I imagine after the initial, like, getting people out of the way, intimidation thing,
It's enough that.
he's probably now just, like, looking like, ooh, I could take their purse. Ooh, I bet I could get lots of these people to give me money.
So yeah, as you keep going, the buildings. So the first kind of large majority of the city is still that kind of paved concrete road, but it's very, very vast. As this is like the entrance to the city is like a common crossing point for people entering, leaving, as well as going through the various parts of town. And after you kind of continue going forward a ways. The streets still remain wide, but they thin a little bit as the density of people kind of shrinks. And now there are kind of more buildings coming into sight. There are still handfuls of cherry blossom trees that are kind of decorated throughout the town. Some buildings are kind of built around the trees, so the trees kind of intertwine and wrap around them. The wood is that the buildings are made out of is very, very nice. It looks like it's brand new. Like everything is freshly built, although it's been here for many, many years. It's just very, very well maintained. And it's a really weird aesthetic, because if you picture walking through like downtown New York and you see all the tall buildings and stuff, it's kind of like that, except it's that like feudal age styled building where most buildings are 2-3 stories tall, if not taller. They have those like kind of hooked corners on the ends of them, where everything kind of looks more like a castle than it does a building.
Oh, the Edo?
Yeah, came into popularity when it was styles.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Don't quote me on that, I think.
And yeah, the streets kind of start, the main road that you're traveling in starts branching off left and right into various different streets that all have tons of buildings down them, and there are lots of hanging signs that are advertising taverns and inns, hot springs, brothels, any nightlife, anything you can think of.
You had me at hot springs and you lost me at brothels. Correction, you lost Theo at hot springs.
Yeah.
And you gained Percy at brothels.
Oh, Percy's like, what's a brothel?
Don't worry about it.
Is that like where brothers go to hang out?
No, that's the stuff at bottom of soup.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
You don't wanna go
Welcome to the brothel.
Actually, you know what? Rethinking it, he would probably know what a brothel is because they have them in Arcanium, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
he would know. Probably.
Actually, they probably don't have brothels in Arcanium because the ladies of the night are just everywhere, like Vegas.
The ladies of the night, you
Yeah,
can find
they're
them on a
more-
street corner.
More, Arcanium would be more like strip clubs kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Strip clubs and pimps.
Not actual high class societies.
Mhm.
Ladies and brothels make.
Mhm.
Alright, so we're gonna find a place to stay and get our cold weather here for those of us who need it. I know you don't. Shut up.
So what?
Amongst these side streets, does Percy notice any pastry shops?
We gotta look for Speedos! Yes! We gotta look for a Speedo for you. It's a new village.
I'm surprised we
A
didn't
city.
find one
Give me a
in
perception check.
He got the command.
That's not so good.
Right.
That's a 7.
We get an article
7.
of clothing each time.
I'm a skill monkey, but not perception.
It's hard to see through the kind of sea of people.
Okay.
Anything that isn't a gigantic advertising sign that's, like this inn here. You would assume
New
that a
York
lot
City.
Well,
of
it's
these...
probably just kind of like sensory overload. Like there's so many
Yes.
taverns and inns and everything.
Not
It's
only
hard to
with just
find
it's not only just the buildings but also the people and then also the scenery because it's like bright flashes of big pink leaves that are just kind of in blotches everywhere.
Mhm.
So it's sensory overload.
Yeah, especially if you've never been here before, it's a lot. So, what do you guys want to do?
I don't remember his name, but
Any
he's super
particular inn we're looking for? Anybody been here
Springs
before?
looks nice.
good. That's not an inn.
That's the brothel.
Who says?
Says me.
A brothel named Hot Springs.
I mean,
And the head matron is called the Fountain of Youth.
And the male dominatrix is called Springs.
I'm sure they have rooms that you could stay in.
Springs usually don't.
They might have rooms you could stay in. I don't know about the rest of us, Theo.
Yeah, no.
Let's find an inn close by.
I just kind of point to one that's really close.
That'll
And
work.
I'm just like, let's just try that one.
Okay.
One
I
that's
love
close
this
by. Yeah, just throw a dart at the wall.
Roll, speaking of throwing darts at the wall, roll a D8 for me.
So is it going to be a Best Western or a Super 8?
2.
Or is it going to be a Hilton or a Marriott?
You have chosen the Bark's Bite.
I like this one.
The Barks fight?
Kinky and also a throwback to Professor Oak. I appreciate this.
I go Professor over.
This is a inn and tavern. Unfortunately, does not include a hot springs.
It's nearby one though, so we're
Hopefully.
fine.
We could always just walk down the street, I'm sure.
I'm sure your stone's
It
thrown away.
is.
Right.
It has 3 stories
Ooh,
of.
nice bag.
It's a 3-story layout. With as you walk in, the entire first floor is dedicated to the tavern space. There's like a little, as you walk in, there's like a little front desk kind of area for like checking in and getting rooms at the inn, but then everything else is open tavern.
Is there like valet parking? What do I do with the wagon?
Yeah, I was saying, is there a Staples anywhere? Or are we going to take it back out of the city?
So does somebody stay outside while somebody else goes inside?
Percy will wait outside.
I'll go inside.
Okay. Is everyone else going inside?
I'll go in.
No, I'm going in.
I'm gonna chill out here with Percy.
I've seen tavern.
We don't need all of us to go in to get a room.
Yeah, so as you go inside, these are kind of the observations that you make with the front desk, the large open tavern. There are quite a few people here. There is a group playing on stage, various instruments providing music. As you kind of poke your head over to the side, especially you notice that the place is busy enough that there are 2 separate bar locations. So one on kind of either side with the stage kind of being right in the middle. Large open floor in between with various tables and booths and places to sit.
With point out the alcoholic.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, the shoe fits.
This is what the 3 of you guys see as you head inside.
Ty will make a beeline for that one desk.
Like the front desk. Okay. So as you approach, there is a young elf woman working behind the counter that kind of bows her head slightly as you approach.
I greet her in Elvish.
What do you say?
Hello. My compatriots and I are looking for a room or 2.
So she will respond in Elven. Yes. So rooms are 1 gold piece a night for singles, or 6 silver or 5 silver pieces for like a split room.
What are the split rooms like?
They are smaller, but they have space for more people, if that makes sense. There's 2 beds, but a smaller room. It's less private, but more affordable. Or a single room is a larger space with 1 bed.
I'll take a single room, and I'm not giving anybody else a choice.
2 split rooms?
Wow.
Rude as shit, given the fact that we just paid you for the lapse of luxury in the last hotel.
She's gonna pay for this though, and she's probably gonna pay his beer tab.
Oh. Very expensive one. Not really.
The cleric paid out of pocket.
Okay.
That helped.
Yeah.
So,
Alright, so we get the shaft by the kid, I see what it is.
and then she'll lay the 2 gold on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Just one night. If we stay again.
We're never gonna try to get rooms again.
I'm not out there yet. I'm not out there. I'm inside. I'm like,
Takes the gold and kind of lays the keys on the table for you.
Okay. And then she'll take the single room key and take that herself, and then she'll turn and hand 1 to Drex and 1 to Theo. You're sharing with Max, you're sharing with Percy. There's a tavern here, I figured it's safe, because you like to get drunk.
We're sharing and you're not.
I'm the only girl. You think I want to share with any boys?
Well, I understand that, but didn't we honestly
Stop
say
confused with that. He's not a boy, he's a man.
Because honestly, I think you sharing with Percy is probably the best bet. That way, if you two both do shenanigans, I'm not included.
You realize we're going to include you regardless. But okay.
And then she'll just
I
kind of...
probably won't need it anyway.
It's not a good idea for Drex to hold on to it for very long.
No, but you can take it back outside to Nox.
Not like Percy really needs
Well,
a key
so
either.
he's gonna walk in the
True.
opposite direction of a bar.
Yeah, right.
Okay, I just kind of reach back. I'll give that to Nox, thanks.
Better idea.
And then she'll turn back to the lady.
And
And
is
in
it-
common this time, she's like, is there a stable?
I appreciate it.
Or is there just one outside the stable?
Yes, there's a handful of them.
Yeah.
There's one that's kind of a central point in between all the different taverns. That's just
Just up the road.
down. Yeah, if you go backwards the way you came from the entrance, and then on one of these side roads, there's one there. There's one by the front main gate. There's one by the exit gate that leads to the mountains. There's handfuls of them.
Do we want to park closer to the exit gate or closer to the inn?
You're asking me.
Are you outside?
Not yet.
Okay, you're asking the wrong people.
No.
Drax is like 3 drinks in already. I don't care. Make a decision.
Who are you talking to? Before you started drinking.
Alright, well, thank you. It's that moment where you had to pick your party for a mission and you realized you picked the wrong party.
Yes.
Kai's gonna take the key and go back outside. Percy, I set you up to share with Theo,
Whatevs.
and because it's a tavern too, I figured it's safe that Drex shares with you.
That look. Wow.
You can go on inside, I think he's already drinking.
You think?
I don't know, give me 5 seconds. Yeah, no, he's already drinking. That's all I think.
I'm probably paying attention to the band at this point.
And I got directions to 3 different stables here in town. There's one kind of close to the inns, there's one close to the exit gate, and there's one close to the entrance gate. How far do you want to go?
Well, if we go to the exit gate toward the mountains, that means it's a longer walk back and there's more things I could see and do
No.
on the way back.
Oh no.
So that one. And
So-
he starts,
And she kind of
he starts taking
gives the directions to him.
Are you going with him?
Yeah.
It's probably a good idea.
So you're going to the one by the mountains?
Mhm.
Right? Okay.
Sign me the fuck up. He hasn't left the cart yet, so
I guess you're going too.
I guess the decision would be.
Bye.
It's like, oh, okay. The cart moves. Like, oh, never mind.
You want out? Or do you want to go with us?
We're gonna go hit the stable.
I can walk back. I guess I can walk back.
Honestly, it's probably a good idea. That way, we don't get into too much trouble.
Who's going to get in any trouble?
But we're leaving Theo and Drex unattended. Do you want me to go back inside? We can't turn this car around anymore. Let's keep going.
I wonder if they remember to get our luggage out.
I hope they did.
Otherwise, they're going to be walking back with it all.
Or we're not. We have to do it.
Yeah, I don't need much.
Or it's just staying in there.
At that moment, you realize you forgot to unpack, and you're like, yeah, fuck that shit.
We'll find out.
We'll get it in the morning.
Alright, we're gonna go through the whole taxi cab in New York shenanigans just to walk back.
Uh-uh.
Oh, God. So we'll arrive at the stables.
Possible.
So it's as you kind of go through the town. The main road does carry you from one end to the other. There are a few kind of bends and twists that you have to go through to get to the other side, but the city is quite large, and to get to the far side from where you came from probably takes you about an hour and a half. But it is also kind of, you have to wait for people to get out of your way too, so the horse travel isn't necessarily moving extremely quickly.
More time for Drex to drink.
So by the time eventually you do get there, and you, I assume, check the horses and wagon inn.
How much is that gonna cost?
So they have different programs.
Excuse me, my good sir. How much do you charge?
So they have. So you're looking for just one day holding, like pick up next day, right? So they have different level of protection plans. Basically, how
Max protection, please.
how well guarded your stuff is. They have, and it's all different rates. So for 5 silver pieces is the basic package, where they will take glances on it every now and again, just kind of make sure everything's still there. They have the standard package, in which there is the stable master makes hourly checks on it. And then there's the premium package, where there's a personal guard that stands there, and they take shifts.
How much for the premium package?
So the premium package is 20 gold.
Holy
We want the super duper premium.
I'll pay for it first.
Well, we want.
I dropped 20.
Daisy and Benny need lots of
I
TLC.
just wanted to point out that they dropped 20 gold on the stable and made you guys share rooms for
I had nothing to do with the rooms.
5 silver pieces.
That one right there.
One, it's probably safer that you're sleeping in the
No,
same
you're not
room as
wrong.
Nox.
But the horses are getting better treatment than we are, goddammit.
Also, he'll remember this.
Drex won't. They'll be too drunk.
Exactly.
Yep, so you hand over the 20 gold.
After the last couple of
I'm gonna
nights
give
of
them an extra 10
Oh, jeez.
and be like, take
Wow.
extra good care of them. Make sure they get washed down and brushed off and fed well. And
I guess what I need to do is just play a horse from now on.
You should play. You should play a cleric centaur and be the centaur of disease control.
Been there, done that.
Yes.
Created an NPC. Yeah,
Love
Okay.
you can do a Circle of Spores druid or a, what is it? The poison
Pirate
cleric?
wizard with a cane, so I can be the master of the arcane. Yeah.
I hate
Got
it
it.
and love it all at the same time.
Centaur cleric. Centaur of disease control.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
So as you hand over the money, the stable master is kind of similarly outfitted as the like guards that were watching the city. Kind of that increased level of security / protection. As he takes the extra gold, kind of looks at you two, kind of, and it's like, you guys new in town?
I am.
Kinda.
I'm pretty sure he could tell. It was a rhetorical question.
You with them?
We'll give that away.
Fortunately or unfortunately, dependent on my mood, yes.
Or the situation.
Alright. Well,
We've been through a lot recently, so we want to make sure they're safe.
you pay good money, so as far as I'm concerned, you're friends of mine. But just be careful who you show money to.
That's an unspoken rule for growing up in big cities.
Well, I wouldn't be showing you any money if you weren't going to be taking care of Daisy and Benny. They need lots of good treatment.
Children really
True.
love their pets.
True.
Yeah.
They've been through a lot with us. They get us around in this world. We got lots
Guess
more
what-
places to go.
More what I'm saying is when you pay the fees, that's the cost of doing business. When you pay extra, some people take that as a flex. And some people don't like to be flexed on.
I mean it as a sign of courtesy. Just making sure that we get the best treatment for them as we can. No offense intended. I hope you didn't take it that way, because that wasn't what I
Again,
meant.
No, he's warning.
I don't care.
He likes the gold.
He's warning you of other.
I've seen my fair share of, as a stable master, I've seen my fair share of newcomers. I'm just kind of passing on the laws of the land.
This place reminds me a lot of Arcanium, only it's cleaner.
Well,
Which makes it worse.
in Arcanium, you know everybody's a mark.
Canium. Place is dumb.
It is a dome. I was
They're,
born there.
they're from there.
Exactly.
I'm
Get it.
not from there, but I spent quite a bit of time there.
No.
You're basically from there.
Those guys in Arcanium, they have no clue how to run a city.
Absolutely not.
Kind of like gives you like a one up looking down.
The ones over, the
Well,
He gives him the same look.
you guys looking for work?
not.
Dependent on the type of work. We are kind of on a time crunch, but
Alright, well. Lots to do.
If we swing back through the city, we'll find you.
If you don't mind getting your hands a little dirty, you guys look well capable.
we don't take contract killings.
Nah, we don't. We don't do anything like that. It's more of a trade business.
Oh, is it if we find something, bring it your way?
More like we have the things that we need to go somewhere.
Smuggling. Do that out there.
Well, we're trekking up north, so if it's along the way, we might consider it, but if we have to backtrack,
If you guys are on a time crunch and heading out, then don't let me stop you. But if this all gets wrapped up and you have nothing better to do, just look for someone like me. We're around.
keep our eyes peeled. You know, in case we hit a lull, some of us get bored.
Alright.
Take good care of our horses.
Consider your horses in the best of care. He takes the reins and kind of leads them off down towards.
And so Percy will go up to Daisy and Benny.
Is he going to use his speak with animals for the day?
Yep. I was going to say, keep an eye on these guys. I'm not so sure we can trust them. And If they don't treat you the best, you let me know in the morning. We'll take care of them. You should get the finest oats and the best rub downs and the best care. If they don't give you that, they'll have to pay the price.
The fact we had it in basically 40 fucking gold, yeah.
30, but yes.
Okay.
Now it's the time for the walk back to the Bark's Bite.
How long is this taking?
It took us an hour and a half to get here.
Oh boy, how much have I drank?
You tell me.
Boy, howdy, take a roll.
Which dice are you gonna roll?
That's a
D6.
D6. There.
Slow
Oh
drinking.
boy! No. Wait, 6 already.
Jesus Christ!
Drex is, at least he's drinking just ale.
I've seen grown men just take fucking lead and just go down
Just
it, so.
basic ale.
Yeah.
Well, good news is that costs you 2 silver pieces.
Price isn't the problem.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's how hard it's gonna hit.
You're kind of just drinking, like, Bud Light. It's more,
Yeah.
it's more like more water than hops.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Percy has a potion of invisibility and Drax is gonna be drunk.
So, things of, as you are kind of having your drinks, having a good time in the bar,
And, Claire,
things, or points of interest to you, is that
the lady giving him
because you
side-eye
are closer to the mountain ranges here, there's actually a handful of other Goliaths
Ah!
in here.
Other brethren.
Um,
Probably of my tribe.
you easily recognize them by the height and build. That's, obviously there are other Goliaths. Sorry. If you want to talk to any of them, you can.
Yes.
Theo, you spent some time in the bar watching the bands or anything specific?
Not really, just enjoying the music. Probably have a drink that I'm nursing, but not really paying much attention to.
Okay. There are already a fair handful of drunk people in there, and through the night, handfuls of guys and girls pass by and kind of hit on you.
I mean, you are kind of androgynous, so.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can tell the difference unless you have a permanent
Especially
fuck off
when
or
you're
a
fucking
stupid face.
piss-faced, yeah.
I probably flirt back a little bit for most of them, but
We walk into the first Goliath. Just very casual.
Okay.
Sup, brother?
Sup? What's up, my dude?
So it is, in fact, a dude.
I'm gonna
that-
speak to him in giant, specifically.
that kind of turns, hearing the familiar dialect, sees you, and you recognize the kind of marking on the face as not your clan, but like a neighboring clan within the same vicinity of the mountains. They were one of the various handfuls of other clans that you guys did trade and stuff with, so you don't recognize this individual, but you recognize the clan marking. And where do you have your clan marking? I forget.
I don't remember where I put it. I don't think I even specified.
No man, mine says welcome to Jamaica, have a nice day.
Probably.
Is it probably rising from your on your neck?
So he turns, and you guys kind of immediately recognize each other. And
Specifically because of the dawn color. Like the rising dawn.
yeah, works for me. So he kind of sees you and he's like, ah! And he reaches and grabs two bottles of ale, brings them up and kind
Did you
of
have to
throw one into your hand.
Oh, my guy.
And it's like, it's good to see more of our clan. Well, more of our extended family.
Yes, very much so.
What brings you here?
We're actually back. Me and my party are headed back up to the mountains.
Well, were you here for trade?
No, we're here to. Well, they're here to get cold weather gear. Me.
Are
Us.
they? Is it your tribe?
No, they're other compatriots that I've came across along the way.
Kind of now is taking a closer look and kind of sees wherever on your body you have your.
Is it right here?
Pin.
Yeah, that's gonna be like.
Kind of looks and is like, Ah, so you've joined up with the hero thingy.
Yes.
How's that?
Pays well.
Here's that. It's like,
That's pretty well.
well, good for you. I know. See your clan. So, I feel like I should know you.
I am the chieftain's son.
Yes, that's right. I thought you looked familiar. Yes, is the old man still kicking?
Now, as far as I know, I haven't been there in a couple. How long have we been gone here?
Well, shit.
No, I haven't been gone that long. He should be.
Well, if you're passing back up through there, maybe you should stop and see him.
Yeah. If it's a long
And if
way.
you don't, well, next time you do, give him a kick in the head for me.
I shall.
Excellent. Let's drink to that.
I gotta get the guy's name.
What?
I gotta get the guy's name.
You would.
What?
I said you would.
If he's gotta get.
If I gotta kick my father in the head for this guy, I need to know who I'm doing it for.
Drunken Goliath #1. He's the red shirt, okay? he's an NPC to be killed.
Well,
Poor red
after I
shirts.
kick him. Or after I kick my dad.
This is Noel Peter Collins, also known as NPC.
Wow. That was actually pretty good. Not gonna lie.
NPT. Noel Philip Thomas.
Favorite Steven. Can I have my excellent mark? You're back.
Monday campaign is gonna give me fucking PTSD. I swear to God.
First Fairy Dragons, now it's Philip Thomas.
I have a visceral.
Dig through my documents.
I have a
have to
visceral
remember-
reaction whenever I hear PT
I have to look
now.
and see which clans are all in that mountain range. Name is Nile,
Like the Nile. N-I-E-L.
N-I-L-E. And he is from the Night Harvest.
The Night Harvest.
Dawnbringer Night Harvest? Okay. Or Dawncaller Night Harvest? That's
Yin
fine.
and Yang, I ship it.
You ship it like UPS or FedEx?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Well,
Straight to space.
I was willing to give you the benefit of the doubt, but okay. Your package may or may not arrive.
So,
Well, we may try to deliver that to your business house.
Nah, I just made a new friend. We're gonna spend the rest of the night with this guy.
okay.
Or until I go.
3 hooligans on the way back.
Looking for cold weather shops, on the way back since we're hoping we're gonna have time.
Okay.
Because the sooner most of us get our gear, the earlier.
I'll probably buy it for Theo too, because you probably won't want
Are
to
you
come.
gonna get him like the knockoff commoner's clothes?
Wow.
So as you
You're gonna
guys
be in charge of keeping him warm then.
are
Oh, we'll
on
probably get him actual cold weather stuff. A la Conan.
Is the fur on the inside or the outside?
Fur lines. A la Conan.
excellent.
I'm not cleaning that.
So on the way back,
It would need a cure disease.
you kind of quickly establish that this kind of an entire area, like as you're kind of looking down the streets, kind of checking out the advertising signs that are hanging from buildings or on the side of buildings, things like that. This is all like R&R type things. You haven't seen any weapon shops, potion shops, magic shops, clothing stores, anything more businessy or industrial like. Does not seem to be here.
I'll kind of stop another one of the more common people. Where do I find any shopping?
point to the west,
Into the west.
which is also where you remember seeing a lot of the more business dressed people. That's primarily where they were coming from and going to.
Get the stuff now.
Might as well. We're already out here.
Okay.
You guys make a hard pivot.
Yeah. So he's gonna take the
Drex.
time to use a 3rd level spell and contact Theo
Good idea. Good idea.
to notify the 2 hooligans. Bar. This is Knox. We're gonna find cold weather gear. Let me know what size you wear, not in Speedo, please. We'll pick some up for you. And it's Drex drinking.
Is that really a question? Yes. There's some really nice people here. What size? About this size. Okay, we'll see you when you get here.
Oh, yes. Awesome.
If it's a bit big, it's a bit big.
Okay. So we'll buy 2 things Drex size.
That's probably
He
weak.
would swim in it.
He would love it.
That might be a bit big, though.
Okay, so just under Drex size.
Hey Drex, they're gonna get their shopping done. They'll be back in a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, Theo's smaller
And
than
there I was, I shit you not, balls deep in the snow. Huh?
what? What a complete switch from.
Is he talking to you?
Yeah. Thank you, Theo.
Oh, is he your friend?
Yes, he's one of my.
Hey! Come have a drink with us!
Okay.
Barkeep!
Yes. Wait.
Oh,
Oh,
you're big.
I'm definitely dying for this one.
Takes the bottle. Another!
There's another 5 more drinks.
Bro.
The dice. Okay.
You've had
You walk over to these
11.
one Goliath that you recognize with Drex, but then he seems to be talking to another Goliath who is in a hearty mood. They are sharing a drink, and he kind of grabs another bottle and slams it down in front of you.
What's this?
Ale!
Dale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah!
Oh, yeah. A Drex. Oh, okay.
You do that, and immediately you're like...
Not a drinker.
I mean, it's like cheap ale.
Yeah, well, this is also true.
Piss Fossa?
Drink enough of it and you'll get your beer goggles on.
Percy,
Once
as
in a
you
little
are
break.
kind of walking with these guys, what are you just walking?
He's behaving himself.
That's
For now.
Knox is there.
Knox had to come along and spoil all the fun.
I see. Okay.
Plus, he doesn't really need money, so he's not.
Also, to be honest, what the cleric doesn't see, the cleric can't yell at you for.
So you guys do notice as you are moving toward the western side, there's kind of the buildings start to thin for a little bit. There are sections of bridges that cross over a fairly long, like 30-foot wide river that seems to be flowing through town. That leads into the next section, where after you get across the bridges, there's a few more gaps of trees and cherry blossoms and things before kind of the immediate noise of like an industry area kind of
The
picks up.
shopping district.
The clanking of anvil on metal, the chatter of various stalls, people haggling.
Do we find or smell any baked goods?
as you kind of start looking, there are tons of shops. Kind of similar to like with inns, there are many signs that are advertising, blacksmiths, weaponries, armories, apothecaries, clothing outlets for like basic clothes,
We should probably pick up potions while we're here.
winter clothes, a little bit like more like summer attire, more breathable outfits.
Yeah, winter clothes. That's where we need to head. Winter gear, cold weather.
Winter gear and potions
And also baked goods for
for the kids.
There is a couple shops that are kind of like you can't help but look at, because just the way the buildings are almost remind you of Arcanium a little bit, because they have like a little like glow that kind of like starts and kind of pulsates through them. And some of them are advertising like wands and other like magical items.
Beck would love this place.
They appear to be magical places of some kind, whether they sell like components or magic items themselves, enchantments.
point of reference. Cold weather gear, and then we're gonna find potions and then
No,
Big
the
goods and
place
then
is
back to
also more condensed because there's so many. Not only are there tons of buildings like there were before, but now there's also shops and stalls being set up on the street by just
Street vendors,
random
yay.
vendors, and so you find yourself constantly bumping into people like all the time.
I mean, Nox is kind of.
And probably constantly having to grab Percy by the nape of his cloak because he keeps wanting to go up to every food vendor and see what they have.
He kind of has like that
Soren has probably just got a hand on
the
your shoulder.
parent placement where it's not like a firm grasp, but it's like just across the shoulder,
Like the first couple of years when I took my kids to the state fair,
yeah.
and we had to go to it was like, no, no.
Yeah, just like the casual grab on the shoulder, just kind of steering,
And Kai's just kind of dutifully, she's quietly observing by your side. She's, not going nowhere. Because she's like, this is crowded.
So, cold weather shop, whichever one is closest.
So
catches our eye
it's not a
first.
place. You basically stop at the first clothing outlet that you come across.
whatever's
where
first.
It's a single-story building that is, rather than the ones that are multiple stories, where it's like a small space that just has 2 levels. It's a deep space that has a ton of stuff on the walls and a lot of counters and stuff like that.
We'll go in there.
Um,
the closest clothing shop. Where does
and it's got
Here it is.
It's got combinations of things. It's very elegant, so it has the very nice designed kimonos that you had seen some people wearing. It's got the fur lined jackets and stuff that would basically be the cold weather stuff you're looking for, but it's not like cold weather mega heavy duty. It's cold weather fashion, fashionable.
That will die the first 5 seconds in the Mountain Dune combat.
I mean, it looks like it would get the job done. It's just not what you would expect.
Yeah, okay.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Do you have anything more heavy duty than those? And she kind of points to the, light duty cold weather stuff.
Are you planning on taking a trip to somewhere extremely cold?
Yeah.
We're gonna be spending some time up in the mountains.
Oh,
Extended time.
I promise you, these
Fighting things.
are well crafted to endure the elements.
Insight check?
Yeah, it's like check.
Report.
That's only a 9.
Inside, let me pull up my deal. Nope, that spells. 18.
18?
Yep. 18 insight. 14 plus 4. I know my math.
They are being truthful, where they believe that what they are saying is true. They're not lying. Like, they don't believe that they're trying to
sell you anything false.
Yeah, they truly believe that
They're telling the truth.
yes, that they are speaking the truth.
Okay. Well, I mean, again, do you have anything more heavy duty than that?
Well, you can always complement it with a hat or gloves. It's the same fur. You would add more layers.
Do you want to go someplace else?
How much for one of your nicer kimonos?
Ah, well, it depends. There are kimonos that are also very, very delicate, that have more of a silk material. There is the regular cloth. There are new styles that are experimental that have just come out, where they are sort of blending the line between fur and fabric.
How?
They can range anywhere from as little as anywhere between 5 to 8 gold pieces, or for the more elegant ones, anywhere from 15 to 20.
I'm gonna get to 15 to 20.
Yes. That would be this section over here. It kind of leads you a little bit deeper and closer to the counter, where there's like, they have some on display, like on the wall, but the actual kimonos themselves are very, very neatly folded and pre-packed, that are sitting on the counters. But the displays on the wall, they have like tens of them.
I'm specifically looking at one or two to choose between that screams Theo.
Oh!
Not for Nox, but Theo. If it's something we know Theo would go for.
Based off of things you've seen him wear,
Yeah.
seems to like blue.
Something like blue, elegant, kind of not quite masculine, not quite feminine either. You know,
Sure.
that vibe.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we're
The gender
looking
neutral
for.
blue kimonos.
Sure.
But
yeah.
with like a little bit of special detail, because it's not just gonna be a plain blue kimono, because the others are better than that.
Well, you find one that is like sea blue as the primary color, with like dark but light, like a seaweed green, that kind of lines the collars and trim, like on the outside
You
and
know,
the
it's
inside.
like, even if he's walking by, he's just gonna go, that one.
Excellent. Yes. We will pull one aside for you. Is
not
there...
for me. Size smaller than me. It's for a friend.
Oh, perfect. And yes, we will do that. Is this all, or will you be also obtaining some cold weather gear for your adventurous trip in the mountains? You buy it all as a bundle, and you do get a discount.
We'll just do this one for now. If not, we'll be spending more money. But
Alright, but if you leave and come back later, then the discount no longer applies, unfortunately.
that's fine. That's fine.
Alright.
This is for a friend.
He takes it up, grabs it off the counter. 18 gold pieces, please.
Awesome.
Okay. Takes it, takes the neatly folded kimono, gives it to you.
He's gonna gently take it and nod his head appreciatively.
Okay.
Do you want help putting that in your pack for now, Nox? I can place it between the books that are in there.
I don't actually have a lot in here. If you open it up, you're gonna see the anatomy book, a locked journal, the ivory case that Percy got him, and just adventuring gear. Like, that's it. That's all that's in there.
Okay. We'll figure something.
And so he'll just gently just tuck it in, just kind of between the locked journal and the anatomy book. Just kind of set in there.
Percy's like, do you have a hat like mine, only with ear flaps?
We have something like this. And he goes over and he finds one of those They're like the winter style hats, like Kyle from South Park. You know,
Oh, yeah!
where it's like
Wait.
yeah,
I have one of those at home actually.
where it's got like the
Really
long
warm.
droopy flaps that kind of go over the ears.
Dude, I have 3 of those and I love them.
Like that?
Yeah.
A Mackinac?
Mm-hmm. You have something like these.
They're so
that?
warm.
Or are you talking more like a trapper hat?
Both. Yeah, that style too.
Okay, he'll get one of those.
Okay. Excellent. Would you like to bundle it with a jacket, gloves?
I need something that's lets me move easy,
Well, yes, that would be
but keeps
perfect.
me warm.
Yes, most cold weather gear can be, when you're looking to really protect yourself from the bitter cold, can be rather big and bulky and difficult to move in.
Right.
But ours are elegant.
Looks
They
down
offer-
at his beat as fuck armor.
They offer a
Difficult to
range of
move it,
movements so that you can
yes.
easily flex without having to worry about rips or tears.
I gotta trust this guy.
What about? There's no armor in this place, is there?
This is the fashion, like your fashion leather jackets and your fashion bomber jackets.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go wait outside. And kind of just goes outside and stands by the door, just kind of leaning.
'Cause
on the outside
Percy's-
of the building.
Surprisingly not as dumb as everybody thinks he is. He's just a bit naive. But he's thinking, well, even if I had that warm thing over, I got my leather armor. I need something.
It's been
Do they have a union suit?
I don't think this dude would have a union suit.
No, you probably don't. But
We're gonna have to go to Workmen's R Us for that.
Those pajamas.
that
were
is a
flat.
union suit
Um,
that he could wear underneath.
Long
No.
guns.
No.
Thermals.
I'll just take the hat then for now.
Long guns. They're
Alright.
a union suit.
the hats will be 5 gold pieces.
Very well. I have a rockery. Where's Percy? I gotta close that.
If you do need anything else, please feel free to come back.
Yep.
Have an excellent evening.
You as well.
I'm gonna have to do it this way.
Let's find some of those.
Yep. I didn't like the guys. Not very much. The stuff looked more fashion than function.
Yeah. But I got one of the things I was out for, so
Something for Theo.
yeah.
So for the sake of time here, cold weather gear is 10 gold pieces.
Okay. I'll buy Theo's.
Yeah, you can describe it however you wish for it to look.
I am going to find Drex the most god awful scarf.
Just to be clear, Percy buys 4 sets of gloves. All wool gloves. He keeps 2 normal, and the other 2 pairs he cuts the fingers out of,
Oh,
so that, like, in
use-
signs of danger, he can have better freedom of movement to shoot his crossbow stuff.
Okay.
So
and that way you can also.
the reason he
double
got
up on the
4,
fingers.
2 to keep in his pack to keep warm and dry, and 2 to keep to use.
Yeah, because then you can just pull the single finger gloves off and then have the
Alright,
finger
we're
gloves.
gonna slowly make our way back.
How much are potions?
Which potions?
I'm just looking for
Potions.
healing potions, because
Healing health.
Price.
25.
No, 50.
Okay, so the prices haven't jumped here yet. Okay, cool. How
And
many
they are,
potions
they
should we
are
get?
so they haven't jumped, and they are in abundance.
How many
I
potions should we
was
get?
gonna get 2.
I have 3 on me right now.
I don't think I have any, but let me double check.
I have 2 greater and a regular.
Where's my inventory now? There.
No. Oh, go back. You have 1.
Oh, that's what I need to do is hit that. I'm gonna buy 2 more.
I have 3 right now. How many does Theo have?
I don't think we would know.
Mm-mm.
I now have 2 health potions.
I'll buy 2 more for Theo.
I'll buy another one for Nox.
So You can put down 2 healing potions.
Fuck you, Drex.
I'm gonna give
Didn't you mean for Drax?
For Nox. Because Nox only has 2 right now.
I just thought to.
Yeah.
I had 0.
That's why I was like, I'm gonna buy another one for...
Yeah,
I'll buy 2 for Drax as well then.
Yeah.
There. Drex isn't
You
needed.
can put 2 healing potions on your sheet.
Again, he doesn't really need it, but...
It's okay.
Anyway, so, and also on our way back, Alex is gonna stop by a pastry shop to pick
Well,
Yeah.
before we leave the potion shop, Percy wants to ask him if they have anything that he can use to coat a weapon to make it magical. Like, so,
To, like,
mechanically speaking, in game terms,
Just
to
for plus one
overcome like damage resistance.
well, like,
Plus 1 weapon wheel?
because he's trying to figure out how, if they encounter a vampire again, how he can do damage to it. And so in 5e, the only thing I can find is Oil of Sharpness, which increases it to +3. In earlier versions of the game, there was just Oil of Magic Weapon that's a +1.
Yes. So there are 3 options to explore for what you are trying to accomplish. You can either give us an item you own and pay for an enchantment to make it magical. We have the option where we can craft a potion that will temporarily give it magical properties. And the third option is we could always look in crafting one from scratch.
How long would it take to enchant a weapon?
So the order, the potions are the fastest. Those can typically be done within a few days, expedited. If you pay more, it can be done faster as we dedicate more hands to the process. Enchanting an item usually takes about a week, and if we have to craft something from scratch, anywhere from 2 weeks to a month, depending on what you are asking for.
How much would one of those potions run?
How strong of a magical potence would you like?
It's on
Percy says,
Look.
we could do something like that for 250.
How much to expedite that?
How much to have it done by tomorrow morning?
It is evening as we speak. It would be an all-night project. Not impossible, but exhausting. 500.
You just straight up cock-block this dude.
How about 350?
For an all-night
Five-
process, I'm afraid not.
500's a little pricey.
If you wish to pick it up the day after, we could do 350.
We gotta leave in the morning.
How about 350 and I'll give you one of these potions of water breathing that I paid 100 for. I think I paid 100 for it.
Make a persuasion check.
You paid.
It's only 11.
Alright. 350 in the potion. We have a deal.
Yay!
He's gonna upsell that potion to make the money back.
He rolled 4. So
I had a 7 on the die with my +4. And so I got to mark off one of these. There.
very well. Come back to get it tomorrow.
Awesome, thank you. I'll tell all my friends to shop here. What's the name of this place? It's fine. I don't really need to know. I'll make sure that my friends...
This place is potions aplenty.
Potions aplenty. Okay.
Good enough.
Well, no, because it's more than just that.
The motion of the potion?
Potion.
Motion.
I'll think of something to make you.
It's fine.
But
Oh.
as you make the transaction, he kind of walks you guys to the door, and as soon as you guys leave, he closes up shop.
Get to work.
Alright. So yeah, we're gonna make our way back.
Make a noise.
I mean, after a quick pastry shop, or stop,
Oh, man.
shop, but pick up something for the kids.
We're just following our noses at this point.
So,
So the entire process from leaving the inn from the first time.
dude, it's gonna be
Hey,
like nightfall.
Hey, Knox, over there,
It's
there's a
been-
cart. They said they have bacon wrapped pickles on a stick. Can I get one?
It's
your
basically
money.
been like 4 hours. So by the time you get back, it's gonna be the better part of nightfall.
By the time we get back, Nox gonna be fucking exhausted.
Yeah, it would be the equivalent of like 9,
Side
10 o'clock.
pork chop wrapped in bacon.
Yeah, just
Don't they have those in the state fair?
No, they just have pork
Probably.
chops.
pastry style.
I'm sure you could get it wrapped
No,
in
they have
bacon.
bacon wrapped ribs on a stick
Whatever it's
at the state
gonna-
fair.
Whatever it's gonna cost, just
I
for
wouldn't go the Constitution.
Near the state
Oh,
fair
of
this year.
course.
for
You're over 10 now.
stuff,
I'm at
you know.
15.
Okay, so after requiring everything that you wish to require from
Yeah.
that side of the shop, which
Pastries
is
for tonight and pastries for tomorrow morning.
eventually
Bear claws.
you return to the inn
Bear claws for breakfast.
where Drex for sure is still in the bar. Theo, are you still hanging out?
I'm hanging out with them, but I've only drank the
One
two
ale.
drinks.
I'm
So,
going to walk up.
I'm probably chatting up with them fairly well.
Yeah, I'm
As long
going
as
to.
they're
Trying to teach you giant.
Yeah, I'm going to walk up, pat Drex on the shoulder, and
Oh, hi.
hey,
How are you,
bud.
Knox?
they're probably trying to teach me swear words and junk.
Yes, absolutely.
And then he's gonna just toss this god awful beer-colored scarf in your lap.
Oh, God. What did you just do to me?
Nothing you haven't done to yourself.
Oh my god, is it like a scarf and like the ends of it look like a mug of beer?
Yes.
It looks like Knox just like threw up a cat all over.
I know. What's this?
And then he's.
I just
gonna-
kind of pull it up and drape it around your shoulders, and then you
So
can
you
see
can
the two
actually-
beers.
Hey, you know what? I'm not even mad.
And then he's gonna pull out this really nice sea blue and sea green kimono, and he's gonna hand it to Theo.
I unfold it and hold it up to myself. Oh, this looks awesome.
And then I just hand you your stack of cold weather stuff.
Shoot.
Um,
Not enough hands.
Oh, and here, I got 2 for you and 2 for you.
Thank you.
What is this, Christmas?
Apparently.
You have the pastries?
You really
Or
want
who
Yeah.
had the pastries for
These are
tonight?
these are my
Oh, I probably have
favorites.
the pastries.
So,
Oh, yeah.
You
No,
have
Percy's probably not carrying the pastries because they'd be gone.
12.
I'm going to head into my room and put this on right
Four.
now. Oh,
Only four.
Percy, here's your key.
As you guys are kind of
These are sharing.
sitting here handing things
I
out,
don't really need a key, but okay.
kind of going through the daily spendings and making sure everything, you're like, okay, these potions are for you, here's your clothes, here's your scarf. Kind of going through all of that. The noise in the tavern immediately kind of drops and becomes like dead silent, kind of like this.
I just kind of
Just
look. Are they
every-
staring at us or are they staring at the door?
So
Dirty
they're
Dan.
staring towards kind of the large, like, arched entrance that brings into the tavern, and something none of you expect to see.
Did I make it to my room, or
It's
did
not. You're basically
as
still
I'm turning
holding-
around, holding
Yeah,
all
you're
this stuff,
basically holding all the stuff, getting ready to leave. You're kind of looking over, and you see in very nice suits and like kind of like the whole get up suits, kind of long black boots, various rings on the fingers,
Oh,
A-
fuck.
pack of extremely well dressed gnolls.
Nobody knows. Oh,
I thought that was nobody gnomes.
well-dressed gnolls, fancy gnolls, not fancy gnolls.
And
Every going crazy
This
about
seems to
a
be-
shop dress. No.
where all the eyes are, and one of them, he's got the
it's
like
no Kuza.
first up, fuck you.
taken off. We're just jealous he didn't think of that.
Very close. Very close. Instead of the no kuza, they're the na kuza. So, fuck you for stealing my thunder.
No,
Well, we don't know that as characters.
That's true. We're just joking.
I have the thunder.
And the lightning.
Yeah.
Very, very frightening.
So
Knocks.
one of them steps forward, and the mane that kind of goes across like the neck over in front is kept in like a really tight braid up to the part that like is on the tip of the forehead, and it's kind of pushed over to one side. His fur is like spotted almost like a hyena, where it's kind of got that beige yellowish natural tone to it with the black spots kind of in various places. Kind of looks around at everyone, including you guys, but doesn't ever linger on eye contact. Just kind of looking. All right. We're not here to ruin anyone's evening. We're just looking for someone.
He's going to immediately start taking head count. 1, 2. Okay, we're all here.
He looks over his shoulders to one of the other gnolls behind him and kind of gives him a nod. And one of them starts kind of walking, and you guys hear the like shaking like glass.
Oh, is everything kind of...
Yeah. It's like down the bar from where you guys are, there's an individual who's kind of sitting there who is human in
Presentation.
presentation. They've kind of got like a black cowl over them, but it's not pulled up or anything. It's just kind of sitting there, and they're the ones kind of holding the glass and kind of making it shake on the table. And the one that was sniffing kind of gets closer, and then scanning the room again, eyes kind of pass by all of you until they get to this person, and they stop. This one. The one in the front starts walking forward. Thought you could run. Well, we found you. The guy kind of looks to you guys now and was like, you guys are with the Hero Guild, right? You can help me.
That depends on what you did, the guy.
The gnolls kind of turn to you. Not a good idea.
I really don't want to get involved. We're already deep enough in our own shit.
Yeah. Put in a formal complaint, the guy.
Jeez.
Two of the more kind of beefier looking ones now kind of come forward and kind of approach and go past you guys, and this guy kind of stands up and attempts to kind of make a book for it, and they reach out and they kind of grab him by each arm.
Yeah, gnolls have reach.
So, no, I don't think they do. Bugbears do.
When David played Yip Yip, he had reach.
Really?
Well, he
had a weapon.
He had a polearm, yeah.
David changes stats on creatures all the time. It's true.
Percy will stand up on a chair. Now just wait a minute here, Slim. What's going on?
I would like to do an insight check on a human. I'm basically looking to
Dad's
see
like, fuck.
if I get a sense of this guy is like, hey, I know that I've done something wrong and I'm trying to get away, or
They're trying to pin something
these
on
guys
me.
are trying to pin something on me.
Okay, make an insight check.
Ty's just gonna kind of just reach out for your shoulder, just trying to force you back
26.
down, like sit.
26.
Damn.
I rolled a nat 20.
Okay. Why do you always roll really high insight
Right?
checks?
I have a +6 to it, but
That's on point. That's point.
This is what happened with the fucking water lady too.
yes.
It is.
Yep.
So as Percy stands up, it kind of says this, and there's this moment of pause where all the eyes kind of turn. You take this moment to kind of look at the guy they're holding, and you gather that he's terrified, obviously.
I mean, it's about to be lunch.
So is it the I fucked up type of terrified or I'm innocent type of terrified?
There is a difference.
There is a difference. However, you are unable to tell because of just the complete aura of terror is great. Whether he did something right or wrong and fucked up, the fact that these people are here to get him has him scared beyond all reason. That you tell from, because you rolled so high, his general demeanor, he doesn't look extremely well equipped at all. So it's hard to just from first glance, hard to rationalize or imagine anything that someone who looks like this, what he could have done to someone like them.
Other than maybe he owes them money.
Or he stole something.
You know, something under the
Or
table.
just,
He's
yeah,
probably
just,
not real capable of that.
No, because if he stole something from them,
Ratted them out.
To be honest, if he stole something from them, he would not be at a bar at a tavern. Like, he would be gone.
Would we know anything about these gnolls being so well dressed? Are they from this area? Did they come from Arcanium?
Would I have
Where are
my
they?
background,
Are
would I
they
have
associated?
heard anything about this?
You can make a history check.
Are they associated with the Mafia or any other organizations like that?
I would say there's a reason why Nox can roll, but the rest of you
That's fine.
would have.
I just didn't know if it was something that
No.
Percy would
Yeah.
know from his, assassin training. That
You
watch out for these guys because they're part of a rival guild or something like that.
that's fair. Go ahead and make a history check too.
This is one of my worst ones.
18. 17 plus 1.
The dice confirmed you. That's a 5.
5.
17 plus 1 for an 18.
You've heard of rival factions to Arcanium in general, where if Arcanium is the
Regional branch.
it's
There's,
it's like the underground HQ of Serenia on that half.
Yeah.
Foxtrot is the other half, but it's
Ooh.
extremely under the table
So Nox would immediately gauge who these guys
because
are.
in Arcanium everything's out in the open. It's all on the streets. You know what you're going into when you walk into it. There's a level of division in Foxtrot where it's kept under wraps, but they are who these people are, you have no clue. But you know of existing rival factions to Arcanium existing in Foxtrot.
So he would have known out of forewarning, going, hey, don't fuck with these guys. We don't like these guys, but don't fuck with them either.
What their status, reputation, rank, power, anything like that is unknown. They might not even be associated here in general, but you know that
Could
this would not
potentially be a risk.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. So, as the eyes kind of turn to you, Percy, What did you say?
I said, what's going on here, Slim? You just come in and take a poor fella from his drink?
Yes. Unless you want us to take two, I'd sit back down.
Well,
Percy, shut up!
are you threatening me?
God damn it. Percy.
Percy, shut
I didn't
up!
threaten you. I just asked what was going on.
We got a fighter.
You seem to be a bit,
Son of a bitch.
Ah, fuck.
Hey now.
Seal will shift.
quick to take offense, mister.
Hey now.
Using a shift in ability to go aquatic.
Hey now. Hey now. Hey now.
Hold up, bud.
Are you doing it out of fear?
I'm a little bit out of fear, but also so I can 10 hit points in case something funky goes on.
Let's...
I was just
Calm
gonna
down
kind of
now.
grab the
Percy's
table like,
I didn't threaten you. I just asked what was going on, and you immediately jumped to threatening me.
it's not our business.
Announce me.
By proxy, us wearing these badges made it our business. But hey now.
I just asked a question. I didn't threaten anybody. I didn't.
Sometimes it's best not to ask questions.
You all know if I wanted to, I'd already stabbed this guy in the back, and he'd be laying on the floor in a pool of his own blood. But I just asked a question.
Percy, this is some shit.
You've got spunk, kid.
I'm just asking, what'd the guy do? Well, we can sit down in a corner, in a table in the corner. If you got a legitimate claim, I'll let you take him.
They all kind of look to each other, and the guy who's kind of like being held onto is like he's hopeful, but still terrified.
Mm-hmm.
Drex. Gonna walk up to him and kind of friendly. Can we talk about this over a drink?
The Knoll.
Yes. Whatever drink you want. It's on me.
Roll persuasion.
You and all your friends.
Roll persuasion check.
Oh, no. What'd you get? That one.
Ooh.
Oh
no! Ah,
So you go over, and you're like,
I'm not drunk.
hey, why don't we talk about this over a drink? And as you're kind of going to like kind of put your arm around him, you're not drunk, but you're a little tipsy.
Yeah, that's fair.
You crush his toe
You had like 12 drinks.
with your foot. And so out of like reflex, you
15?
stepped on his foot, he kind of pulls it away, and in doing so kind of jerks his head as you go to put your arm, and you inadvertently like like punch him in the face. Very lightly, you didn't full on swing because you were trying to, but it's like one of those awkward moments where,
Passing like clap.
yeah.
I am a little drunk.
Theo, having spent time in sailor bars, is just imagining, the barroom blitz is about to happen.
I will point out, had Percy made his check and known what Knox knew, Percy would have maybe been handled a little differently. Percy didn't know that. He just saw these guys walk into a bar and try to take a seemingly innocent person.
And before Knox could even say anything, this is just spiraled out of control.
Kai just kind of
I was trying to
slides
calm it
into
down,
the
just
table.
didn't-
She's like,
Look, I already. Alright.
Roll initiative.
No.
Jenna,
All hail natural ones.
Alright.
this is a barroom brawl. Let's see what Grog Strongjaw can bring me.
Well,
Literally in a 2-minute span of this happening, all Knox has been able to say is, "Hey now," and no.
Does a 16.
yes.
No, I want to unequip.
There. So you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage
No.
as this dude smashes you in the
Take
face.
5.
to use your.
Yes.
So.
If ever lucky when
You got your
it came in
minis
handy,
right here, Steven.
Now would have been the
No,
time.
that's not what he.
Oh.
Are you getting the ox?
No.
I hope he's not expecting me to just punch him back because that ain't how I roll.
We haven't used it much, so I haven't.
Oh, the GoPro.
Well, the poor innocent fellow got his wish.
All hail the natural ones.
All hail the natural ones.
They're the great story divider. Natural 20s can either help or hinder. Natural ones just
Fuck everything.
chaos.
So line yourselves up somewhere on the bar here.
So much for spending the night here.
Along the bar, Jenna. Put me on the other side of.
Like me and Percy be the only ones like next to him.
No.
Maybe.
Yeah, I did say that I jumped up on a chair, so I might not be right on the bar.
Literally on the bar.
Probably like somewhere right there.
Bam, bug.
And also, we are in the middle
The
of the
Shrek
tavern.
scene.
So,
Guess we
AOEs are.
talked about this over a pint? No?
Where's the other guy?
He's over there.
I need a mini phone.
For what it's worth, that was a total of 5 for persuasion.
For what it's worth, you got natural one.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Oh, excuse me.
Can I roll a punch him at disadvantage since I did accidentally hit him?
Can you roll what?
Can I roll a punch him at disadvantage?
Yeah.
Hinders.
Since I slightly hit him?
And that.
Or accidentally.
Basically, you're gonna have to kill him or do nothing. Because I don't really have a lot of non-lethal.
I'm using that.
All I have are AOEs. Like, I've got a few individual, but they're like cones and other stuff.
Guiding bolt.
Yeah, I've got Guiding Bolt. That's
This
kind
guy.
of about it.
This guy's the NPC.
Because
Which guy? The one in the middle?
Yeah, he's the dude being kind of grabbed onto. So.
I have my sword and shield, but I don't exactly have any non-lethal damage stuff. So it's either we try and knock them unconscious, or we're going straight for the kill.
20 to 25.
Fantastic. Good start.
15, 20.
18.
16.
10 to 15.
12.
14.
14.
Percy Knox wants to go first.
I don't care.
I don't care either.
Honestly, probably Theo would. Or Percy would.
Can I have Percy go first?
Yeah, it's
So the Knolls are first. They
What a
roll-
surprise.
They roll a natural 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good waste. I liked it.
So this guy is definitely focused on you.
These guys are gonna probably help out because, as far as they know,
The rest of us don't want to get
The
involved.
rest of you guys aren't hostile yet.
Oh, where's my little buddy?
He's not getting involved. So
He's too drunk.
yeah.
dude.
This
I can
says,
imagine you getting. You're in a ballroom blitz right now.
an attacker is a creature to 0 hit points with a melee attack may choose to knock them out instead of kill them.
Yeah, because you can take the blunt end of your weapon.
Yeah, just temple smash.
So you just gotta do damage. Oh, I'm gonna knock him out now.
They're like, and I deal 138 points of non-lethal damage. Bro, you just snapped his neck. There's no non-lethal
So-
138 points of damage.
These three seem to stand there idly and watch all of you guys. They seem to have their hands kind of tucked beneath their suits, kind of reactively waiting to see what you're gonna do. These guys are gonna go for you, Drex. So those two will go first with melee attacks. That'll hit. It's
To be honest, I was actually preparing to fucking
20.
AoE if they laid a hand on you, Percy. Like, I was prepared. Hold on, you do not touch my son.
That's kind of why I walked up there.
So
Nah, I got
Percy specifically just asked what was going on. He just wanted an explanation.
first one is 9.
like
Like I said, had I had the information that
First
you
one's
had, I
7
would have acted
points of
different.
damage.
rival affiliation
Bludgeoning
to
for
it.
that. And the second one is
You
12
do not touch
points
the
of
phone.
damage. As that kind of first guy kind
And
of
if they
just
even
takes
want
his
to
fist
kind
and just kind
of
of wails into like the side of your ribs. Second guy, his attacks. 8 to hit.
What are they hitting him with?
Their fists.
Oh, they're just hitting, punching.
So we're just
I-
doing punch.
Oh, no. Not me.
Well, you're drunk and you try to do something nice, and as far as you're concerned,
12.
they're attacking you.
So the other guy misses. This dude, however, the main guy, the one barking the orders,
He's the one I'm after, honestly.
20 to hit.
That's kind of be
That's
nice.
a 20 to hit. And it's a natural one.
An after one.
Still 220s to hit.
Yeah, so the first one is 14 points,
Yeah, you can calm down now.
and the second one is 11 points.
Like I said, you can calm down now.
Bro. So, dude.
Because they all kind of just take turns, kind of.
Go hit like
Um,
bitches.
You can tell one of the reasons that it kind of stings more than usual as you're kind of looking at them is the rings that they have are also doubling as like little jagged ridges on their hands.
Like
They're
modified.
makeshift
Yeah.
brass knuckles.
They're avoiding using like their claws in favor of using the jagged points on their fists.
He said bitches.
Hey, well that's their turn.
I'm hurt.
Kai, and then Theo, then Percy.
Which one has hurt him the worst? Out of
The
those
main
two?
one.
The main one?
This guy, yeah. This guy is kind of looking at you as you're kind of antsy in your seat. He's like, "Don't do it."
Would you stop me if I just went to my room?
Yes. Don't move until you leave.
I'm gonna hold any action until Nox's turn.
Theo. Kind of a similar story. Kind of has this quick chat with Kai, looks over and sees you kind of different now. He kind of like, but sees you sitting there, and then he and then this guy next to you are both giving you that same, don't move.
How hurt does Drex look?
He's taking a few good beatings.
Okay.
We might just have to let this one slide.
I'm gonna cast Misty Step as my bonus action.
Okay. As you cast that and begin to cast and move, one of them reaches out for you, but you
Gone.
He's like, "What the fuck?" You're like, "Where'd he go?"
And then as my action, since it's a cantrip, I'm going to cast Poison Spray on this guy right here.
Well, we're in the thick of it now,
Needs to
boys.
make
Into the thick of it?
con
That's
save.
literally what I named this title of this session was Into the Thick of It.
He fails.
You did the ticket.
Nice.
15 poison damage.
Jesus!
15 poison damage.
I feel like what I'm about to do is going to work, honestly.
You just see Nox go from okay to
That was bonus in action. I still technically have my move, but yeah, I'll stay where I'm at.
Yeah, okay. I totally forgot about something I could have did.
Okay. Percy.
Theo kind of got us with the poison spray. That kind of ended all thoughts.
hands are washed.
He's gonna. So he like does a forward dive roll off of the chair that he's standing on, the bar stool he's standing on, scurries between Nox's legs or Drax's legs.
This one's gonna attempt to stop you if you pass through the square, or
Yep, I would have
or
to.
either of those
Yep.
two. Okay.
It's a 17 to hit.
Oh, hits exactly.
Not yet.
So that's 10 points of bludgeoning, and you stop your movement here. In either one of those two, whichever one you would have moved through.
The one right behind Drax.
This one?
And which one hit me?
This one.
Oh.
Got a new target.
You
apparently.
basically hopped, or like dove off and went to like dive under Drax's legs, and he reached down and kind of slammed his fist into like the back of your calf muscle, and then just dragged you back out.
Okay, so he's gonna get the rapier. Ooh, maybe not. That's only a 13 to hit.
Well,
5 on the die for a 13 to hit.
And so you kind of whip out your rapier and you take a lunge at him and you stab him, but you kind of think back to those guards that you saw, kind of wearing the armor underneath the suits, and it kind of digs into that, and you kind of pull it out.
I should have retconned something, but oh well. Or I should have done something, but I am. Where's the door to this place?
I got what I'm gonna do.
So Nox, you're next.
I was debating if I'm going to take a bonus action to disengage and move toward the front door. But I don't think I'm going to. I'll end it at that.
Okay.
Oh, I get that. Never mind. So the one for which one is grabbed? So, is there people next to me? Can I get to the one that grabbed Percy, or is there?
This one. This hit me, and this one's near you.
That one's
But you can take a step right there.
okay.
But if he's got the sentinel,
That's what I'm-
But she's not leaving a threatened space.
Yeah, cause
Unless this one has a reach weapon.
yeah, that's what I'm. Cause I want to get to that one, but would I provoke an opportunity attack from the other dude? Since I'm not leaving the.
You don't know.
Okay,
You're
I'm
unsure.
gonna do that. Yeah, cause you know
Okay.
he's fucking with my son.
So
Don't like
so
that.
you don't provoke an opportunity attack. However, he had a ready to action to
That's
act if any of you acted, and so by moving, you would trigger the ready action. So
That's
that's
fine.
what he's gonna hit you with.
That's fine.
It's a 12 hit.
Misses, but I'm going to do my reaction and just do my channel stuff, or kind of my hellish rebuke thing.
Huh.
Whatever it's called. Give me once.
I got stuff.
I have it wherever it is. It's my. I can't find it anymore. What? Yes, Wrath of the Storm. Found it. He needs to. Can he make me a DC 15 Dex saving throw?
Which one?
The doo-doo I had the ready action to hit me.
This guy?
Yeah. Burn him with my
Burn with fire.
9.
9! Okay, he fails. So he is going to take
What are you hitting with?
essentially my hellish rebuke.
Can you trigger it if he didn't hit you? Or is it just if he makes an attack against you?
Oh, it's hits with an attack. Never mind. My bad. I don't do that anymore. So yes, hit. I'm just with that. Anyway, so I'm going to continue with my motion. He's just gonna just shrug off his attempt. Anyway, so my original action was I was going to attempt to grasp onto the one who is hitting Percy and cast a first level inflict wounds.
Okay. What kind of save is that? Colin?
It's just a touch. I have to hit it.
Oh, you attack? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That is a 17 to hit.
Hits.
How many D10 is that at level 1?
It's only 3d10 at level 1.
Only 3d10.
For 23 points of necrotic
Ooh,
damage.
nice roll.
Wow!
He's gonna grab onto you, and then his hand is just gonna go straight to that Noel's shoulders, like, no, you just did not, and he's gonna cast inflict wounds.
That's for Noel. Not really, but.
So, okay. Anything else?
That'd be it. That's
Okay.
all I can do.
Garce.
First things first. I'm gonna use my bonus action to drink a great potion.
Greater bow?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow! So it's +4 to whatever you rolled.
He rolled like 3 ones.
I did.
Yikes. So you got 10 health back?
I did.
R.I.P. brother.
I'm gonna use my main action to cast Armor of Agathis.
Okay.
So if they hit you again, they're gonna take
15.
Okay.
So
So, that's the end of that round.
I was holding an action to act after Nox.
Okay, yeah, what do you do?
Seeing everybody's getting involved.
So, just real quick before you do this, the way readied actions and stuff move or work.
I have to have had something.
Well, I'll let you do whatever it is, but just note that you can only do one thing. So if you move, you move. That's your ready thing. If you attack, you attack. That's your ready thing.
She's
You
gonna
can- yeah.
run down here.
Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty. So now we are at the top of the round. So after kind of everything transpires here, the inflict wounds, the armor of Agathis, and then the attempted rapier stab, the poison spray, everything that has transpired, the gnolls all kind of kind of give a shrug. Pulling out the lethals, are we? This guy kind of looks to one of those rings on his fingers,
I was literally going self-protection, damn it.
and he kind of twists it, and as he twists it, the blue gem that's on his middle finger lights up, and it has some kind of arcane glyph in it. And Drex, he kind of looks at you again and is going to try and make a strike on you.
I have the missiles.
Down.
Well, I have.
Wow.
That's his 4th natural 20 against you, bro. You're going down.
My dice hate you, bro. So it's...
I'm also going to use my actions.
So it's 24 altogether on the crit. And I need you
He's
to
gonna take 15 cold damage right out.
roll a d20 for me.
Yeah, because he takes 15 from the armor.
2.
2?
Yeah.
The armor of Agathis dissipates when he hits you.
I'm gonna use my action to use Hellish Rebuke.
Go for it. You can still do that.
Where you at, damn it? There you are. Not. 16 fire damage.
Okay.
There's one set of dice that just fucking hates you.
The red ones today. It's the ones in that one.
14 to hit?
No.
18 to hit.
Barely. Not very.
I'm going to probably go down right about now.
9 points.
Yep.
Kind of cracks you with that first one.
Just
And when he hits you, the armor that you had on just kind of like bursts, and then he brings another hand and tries to hit you. You dodge out of the way, and then he grabs you and just kind of gives you a headbutt, which teeters you and you fall prone. As Drex goes prone, this one kind of looks to the rest of you, and are we done here?
Just give me my party members back and we're gonna be fine.
Give me what I came here for.
I never wanted to get involved in the first place.
I didn't either,
That
to be
guy
fair.
back there is like,
To be fair, I didn't want to be a part of this either. I was trying to be nice.
All I want is my party members. You can take what you came here for. They're rabble rousers.
this was a misunderstanding because I didn't want to fight.
natural ones.
They're rabble rousers. Their hearts are in the right place. But sometimes logic leaves them. And I apologize on their behalf.
I didn't do anything. I just literally ran this way so I could get out of it.
We can call this good. You take what you need. Again, apologize on their behalf and the inconveniences we have caused you.
If nobody does anything, these two will go back over.
How do we know that guy's not innocent?
Basically, grab that guy who goes kicking and screaming the whole way.
It's not our business, Percy.
It is if he's innocent. Are you no longer a member of the Hall of Heroes?
Sometimes you
Because I am.
Innocent or not, we are outmatched and outclassed.
Sometimes you gotta live to fight another day. And it's
Percy just shakes his head, puts his weapons away, and walks off. Totally ignoring the rest of the party and goes to his room.
Okay. Well,
Do you want help getting him to bed?
the combat
No.
ends.
I will cast Cure Wounds at 3 level on Drex.
You heal back
21.
X amount of hit points, which is 21.
I don't feel good about letting them take him,
I don't either.
and I will walk off as well.
One thing I've learned the hard way is that there's a time and place to ask questions, and that was not a place to ask questions.
Not with them, no.
So as the tavern kind of clears out, the gnolls surprisingly keep true to their side, and as soon as they obtain this individual, they leave. They don't damage or harass anyone else. The tavern is kind of left in a silence that everyone is clearly aware of what just happened, but nobody seems to want to address it. No one is talking about it, no one gossips.
You see, the Widowmaker and Arcanium control one side of the continent. Those fuckers belong to the people that control this half of continent.
We're already dealing with enough issues from one half. I don't want to get involved in another part.
That's why I said we were outmatched and outclassed. It only took Drex a few bits to go down. I don't agree with letting them have it, but I have to keep people alive.
That wasn't what I was trying to do. Tricks are like.
I just wanted to buy him a drink.
Maybe I stop at 14 next time.
15 was too much.
I mean, I don't feel completely comfortable letting them go either, but
Trust me, if we had a chance of defeating them, I would have went for it. But there are too many people that could have gotten caught up.
I mean, I literally didn't do anything except run over here because y'all were fighting right there. I didn't want to get hit by a string blow. I know Percy's upset.
Theo's upset, I'm upset. But I also have to understand you gotta live to fight another day.
And if we got involved here, this would have been the end of it.
Wouldn't have been the end of it, but it would have been damn near close. I don't know if they're ranking or who that man was, but they said the equivalency of anyone over Arcadian. If we defeated them, they were just gonna send someone bigger.
He seemed kind of like Cal Ross.
I don't like it, but that's the way life is. You can't stop everything. Not yet, anyway. But not if they're the equivalency of what runs the other half of this continent. I don't want to fuck with that.
Not right now.
If you think being wanted in one side of the country, imagine being wanted in both.
Nope, it'll be fun.
Let's just try and keep our heads down so we can get out of here.
It's a good thing we're leaving.
Don't like this, but I have to stick with it.
Maybe we can come back eventually.
By the time we get back, that man won't go.
Oh, no, but if there are others.
There will always be others. As long as people like that are allowed to have free reign and control, this will always happen. This will never stop.
And no matter how many we take out, more will always fill in.
Unless we dismantle it as a whole.
That's whole fucking game right there.
How you feeling, Drex?
Ow. My head.
I just kind of lightly tap you on the head with my staff.
What were you trying to accomplish?
Just wanted to buy the guy a drink.
By punching him in the face and stepping on his toe?
Okay, I may have had like 15 drinks, okay? 15 might just be a bit too much for something like that.
God bless the dice rolls.
Your heart's in the right place, Drex. I commend that. But next time...
Maybe I can get him to sit down. Maybe we'd be out to have bad lips, but no.
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 No, those people are above our pay grade, so whatever that man did to earn that level of get the fuck with us, I don't want to be a part of.
We're already dealing with enough shit. We don't need any more.
Not yet, anyway. But
I'm gonna go to bed.
I'm going to go sleep.
Kai just kind of takes her key and slowly meanders to her room, and she's probably up later than normal just because she's trying to process everything before she passes out.
Percy, Theo, is there anything you two are doing in particular? Besides-
No, I'll explain it in the morning.
Okay.
Then we all reconvene.
No, it's just going to have a few drinks before heading to bed. and kind of quiet,
Get him one or two before he goes to sleep.
distasteful contemplation. You know, just trying to digest. It sits bad with him, but he also knows he did the right course of action, which still doesn't mean he likes it.
Okay. Well, then for some, the night passes very slowly. The feeling of being kind of left to sit in your own head for a few hours as sleep is the furthest thing on your mind. Some of you feeling exhausted for one reason or another. Perhaps find sleep quickly. But however long your night, eventually it does pass. Morning comes. Those of you up earlier, I assume. Actually, I don't know. Perhaps today is not a day everyone goes to the bar for breakfast.
No, Kai's just kind of doing her meditations in her room, piecing it, like whatever scrap rations she has without touching some of the other ones.
So we did have a long rest, though.
Yes.
Nox is probably gonna be not at the bar, but somewhere, like a corner. Somewhere, like nibbling, piecing in food, not exactly hungry, but knows he needs to eat something. Kind of just absent-mindedly just picking at a loaf of bread or something.
Kai will eventually drink her tea down and sit with Nox, just kind of perched on a chair.
I want to get up fairly early and go out and see if I can find like some sort of park or something. And just spend some time in.
So on the whether you wander around on your own or if you ask somebody, it's eventually one is very quick to catch your attention, and it is the park that is called the Fox Trough. As this space is a large, very peaceful space that is designed for. There's a plaque near the park that kind of explains the history behind it very briefly. Basically, when the city was built, they did their best to build around the trees and try to avoid building into the forest itself and just try and build upon its edges, but sometimes they didn't have choice. They didn't have a choice. And so this area was a place left behind from cutting into the forest where creatures that lost their home could still come here. And so it's inhabited by, because it's a park, but it's like a very, very large park. It's not like a downtown park or anything like that.
It's
more
like Central Park.
It's more like a reserve than it is a park.
I mean, Central Park is a reserve.
Because it's got, it houses
The Central Park.
not only
It's a
foxes,
reserve for homeless people.
but any other creatures
There's a
like
deer and
deer,
wolves in there.
I don't know if it's still.
things of that nature. They just kind of roam the fields and various trees, but there are places to sit, there are places to walk kind of through here, and it's just a very peaceful and calming atmosphere.
When Percy gets up and realizes Theo's gone, he'll take his rope.
I wasn't in your room.
Oh, you weren't in the room. Well, realizing that you didn't come back to the room, Percy will take the rope and basically tie it like to the foot of the bed and climb out the window and down and go and get his potion.
Okay.
And just make his way across town to the potion shop and pick up his potion, and then he'll just go to the stables and stay at the wagon with Benny and Daisy.
Okay.
And ask them, how they were treated and if everything went okay. And just get them ready, put their party on and stuff, and get them hitched up, ready to go.
So when you climb out the window and start kind of making your way to the western side. A hand kind of reaches out and kind of touches you on the shoulder. Not grabs you forcefully or stops you or anything like that, just kind of a brief touch just to kind of get your
Being a bit on edge, he will roll around and quickly have his hands on his rapier, ready to draw.
So this person is closer to your height, dwarven in nature. You can tell from the very, very long, well-kept beard, the short, rotund stature. The beard is kept in nice braids that kind of dangle down from different places. He is also wearing kind of one of those suits, but it's hard to tell like who has a suit on because they are working in the business side and who has a suit on because they are like a guard.
Urban camo.
Yeah. Basically, it's like hiding in plain sight.
Mm-hmm.
But he just kind of taps you and you kind of twirl around kind of on edge. He kind of puts his hands up. He's like, on ease, friend.
Sorry. Been a very bad day. Well, night.
Yeah. Heard you got into a little tussle with the local riffraff.
It wasn't much of a tussle. Unfortunately.
Still.
You can see clearly where his Hall of Heroes patch should be. It's
Like
cut
seam.
out. It's cut out and gone. He threw it in the fire the night before.
There's a mutual benefactor that would like to meet with you guys. It won't take long. Just perhaps a couple hours. We know you're in a hurry, but I think perhaps we could help each other.
Not sure how much help will be, but I can't speak for the rest of the group, or how amenable they will be to any of my thoughts. Everybody just thinks I'm a dumb kid. Don't know what I'm doing.
I don't. I think you're quite wise.
I would think they would kind of know that by now too. But
Heard your tales.
they think I'm just impetuous, but it's not. If we're not protecting the little people, then I'm not sure what we're doing.
He kind of like takes his finger and kind of like taps it on your head a little bit. It's like, and that's why we like you. That line of thinking is why we think we could perhaps come to agreement with one another.
Like I said, I can't speak for everybody else. I'll let them know where you want to meet.
I'll be right here.
He climbs back up the rope.
He watches you and he's like looks to the door.
People say that I'm not a kid. I'm actually instead of taking over.
Right?
But I'm not a kid.
Like, it's early morning, but the streets are still
Well, if he's got to go back and get
Yeah.
everybody else, he's not going to leave his rope behind.
like, the
You were
streets
going to
are
anyway.
busy.
He was going to, but now he's not.
Not anymore, you got reason to keep
You get a few handfuls of looks as you climb back through.
And so he'll grab his rope and go down to the bar and see who's down there right now.
Drex is way down there.
Drex, you're down there. Is anyone else
Yes,
down
the
there?
coffee for
Yeah.
Knox is
Knox,
down there,
Drex.
staring at his locked drawer.
I'm there.
So
I'm
you
just
got-
kind of sitting there
Drex,
quiet on a
you
chair.
brought
Says
some
Theo.
coffee.
Greatly appreciates it's the shit.
Percy. Then he's like, well, evidently somebody took an interest in us. There's a gentleman outside who'd like to meet us. Then you would all see where he's cut out the patch. And he just has a blank spot there.
What type of gentleman?
I don't know. Looks like everybody else in this town except he's a dwarf. Wearing a suit. I assume he's got armor and who knows what all underneath it. But
Theo, how long are you out for?
Probably a good couple of hours. And just, from the time the sun comes up until, streets get really busy.
Does anybody know where Theo went? He didn't stay in the room last night.
Probably have to go sit with himself like the rest of us. Well, I'll send Theo a message telling him that we're stepping out and we can meet him back at this tavern.
You said this person wants to meet with all of us?
Said he wanted to meet our group.
Maybe it's best to get him back here now.
Yeah.
And you guys can tell that Kai's like, she's been thinking a lot, but her jaw is also like super tense. Like you can see that she's been like grinding her teeth and.
Just gonna go contact Theo. Change plans. Somebody wants to talk to all of us for Percy. Please come back as soon as you are capable. Please don't scream.
Please don't scream.
I don't answer at all.
Get a response.
Well, I tried. Let's go.
So Percy will walk him out the door and around to the spot under his window where the dwarf was waiting for him.
I will start heading back to the tavern. I just don't respond to the message.
Everybody, this is... I'm sorry, you didn't give me a name, sir.
Excuse me.
As Percy kind of doffs his hat.
My name is Boston.
Boston?
Boston.
Like the city?
Want some Dunkin' Donuts, bro?
Yeah, BOSQN.
I just wanted to make sure I knew how to spell it.
You'll excuse me if, in our line of work, we tend to not give more than just our first names, as it's
Secret?
exactly.
I really don't like all this.
And we tend to not. It will be easier if we just have a quick meeting. As I said, there's someone who wishes to meet you.
I'm gonna wait a couple minutes to see if our other friend shows up.
Kind of does like a quick count and realizes. Ah,
I
yes,
sent-
you are one short of.
Sent a message, no response, but I want to give her at least some time to potentially show up.
You guys are the ones with the busy schedule, so.
If we can spare 10 minutes or so, 10-20 minutes at max.
I'm gonna go around front. Wait on him, see if he shows up there.
However long it takes till you get back.
It's kind of. I guess it would be depending on how long you were on the way, because the park is close to the central side, but it is on the eastern side of the city. So streets aren't super packed, but it's probably still like a 30-45 minute adventure. So after 20 minutes, he wouldn't be there still.
Should we wait a bit longer, or should we do that?
I don't feel comfortable leaving to go meet somebody without our full strength.
Oh, it didn't stop you when you were talking to Sharsha.
That wasn't our choice.
Calm down, go wait
You have to wait another 15-20 minutes or so. Eventually, Theo, you see everyone kind of standing outside with various looks and expressions on their faces, and a new individual that you hadn't heard about. Kind of.
I joined the group, but I don't say anything.
Alright, well. You would follow me, please. He kind of turns and starts heading off towards the western side of the city.
Kai's gonna kind of keep her eyes cast about. She's not gonna be swiveling her head or anything, but she's gonna definitely be checking reflections and. After everything that happened the night before, after everything that happened in Arcanium, and hearing that this is probably related to this side's bullshit with that, she's fed up.
Good.
So.
And Percy's usually jovial and like bouncing off the walls in the morning, and he's literally just staring at his feet, trudging along behind the door. Very dejectedly.
Okay. So he takes you through a silent walk to back over the bridge that crosses over the river to the other side. He leads you to this armor blacksmith shop that is a two-story building where they kind of have the forge on the first level, but then they have their kind of open market on the second level where they take everything. So it's on display so you can see the process, so you can kind of see how they work and how well they work, and then go upstairs to actually browse the things that they craft. It takes you into the store, and the dwarf gives a head nod to the smithy, and he kind of nods back and points his head over, and he leads you to kind of the back wall of the shop and kind of slides his finger into the door and opens a door, and there's a descending staircase, and he begins heading down.
Percy follows along behind him.
You guys follow him down. There's a door kind of at the end of the staircase after it plateaus for about 5 feet. And the dwarf kind of walks up and gives a series of taps on the door as a knock. A voice comes from the other side. You can enter. Dwarf pushes the door open, kind of holds it open for all of you guys, and just kind of motions you to step inside. This room is sort of like a very lavish-looking living room. Very nice decor, nice carpet. It's nothing more than just a single room that has a very, very small bar behind it with just a few stools, the couch, the rug, a table. It's like a study, basically, just underground. Sitting on the couch is a individual who he's kind of wearing half of what you've seen everyone else wearing. Like, his bottom half is like very business style dress pants, but they're more beige rather than black that everyone else wears.
Chinos.
And then he's got it's a dress shirt by the way that it's collared, but it's like floral patterns, very like
70s pimp vibes.
He's the business casual side of the business-esque town.
70s called they
Yeah,
want their
blonde-
outfit back.
Blonde hair, kind of pushed back. He has a pair of kind of black framed sunglasses that he has just kind of resting on top of his hair.
From previous knowledge, could I guess that could he be like a lieutenant or somebody, or like is he like the head honcho, or is he just kind of speaking for the head honcho?
Make a history check.
It's 10.
10? Nothing about this guy kind of...
Gives out that air.
Nothing strikes you as familiar to him. What his role is, you're unsure.
Okay, because typically people who are the head honchos or speak for the head honcho have
But
that air of fuck around and fuck out. So.
But he kind of sees you all, and he kind of points to the couch that's opposite of him. There's a couple chairs on the sides that are also available. And he kind of gestures to him. He's like, welcome, please sit.
I just leans against the wall.
Anyone want a drink? I know I could use one.
We'll just quietly sit down across from him. Let's just get to business.
Yeah, what about you?
This guy knows me.
Drex.
Alright, fine.
We'll take a water if you have any.
That's boring. Alright. Barkeep. Guy behind the counter just kind of gives a nod and makes the small glass and brings it over for him and kind of a tray full of various drinks, including water, but also other alcoholic beverages that he just kind of sets on the table.
We have no more than 2.
Yeah!
Trays.
Glasses.
I'll take this tray. Oh, you said glasses.
Kind of drinks and is like, Oh. Yeah. And it always gets you first thing in the morning. Never quite ready for it, but you always are, you know?
Yeah, I hope.
I know you know. Oh, well, thanks for coming out here, sitting with me. Appreciate it. Kind of making a name for yourself.
One stumbling, bumbling accident at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we heard you had a run-in with the, teethy guys. Yeah, they're kind of assholes, but I mean, they're like basically monstrous. So I mean, they're really not people, but like they are, you know.
Yeah, they also come from the type of people that I don't like to
Oh.
fuck around with.
Excuse me. Where are my manners? My name is Nick. Nick Mateo.
Is he played by Billy Zabka? Do you know who Billy Zabka is?
Not by name, maybe by face.
But with the frosted, longer hair and frosted
Yes.
tips.
The 90s called them on the hair back.
He's gonna be a mishmash of 70s and 90s and just
I can kind of read the stagnant air here, so let's just kind of cut to the chase, because pleasantries aren't really looking like they can go anywhere. So, my job in this town, I don't know, I've never seen your faces before, and I see a lot of faces, and I know a lot of faces, and I've never seen any of you guys, so I'm going to assume this is your first time coming through. Yes?
Yep.
Perfect.
you can make safe assumptions. Now,
So-
what do you want?
Oh, chill. Get down a notch. So, my role in this town is basically there are 3 of us that sit in the seat of power. We're not governed by just one person. There are 3 of us that make all decisions. I oversee information and trade. And I wish to use both of those things right here, right now. I wish to trade information.
You're one of those.
I'm really not interested, Nox.
Really?
And what's the price? And what kind of information?
It's really nothing out of your way. I am willing to supply you with the information, and birdies heard you going to the mountains.
Does your information have anything to do with this?
It does.
Of course.
I'm all ears.
You see, we here hate that bitch.
Well, perfect.
Anything that comes crawling out of Arcanium's gutters should just stay there.
Wow, thank you very much.
If we would have had time for pleasantries, I would have learned that, and then you would have not been offended. But
I'm not
We're
offended.
cutting
If you're
the
in the
chase.
business of information, wouldn't you think you'd want to learn more about the people you're trying to deal with?
Not if they're not willing to talk, because then you learn nothing.
Kinda just
So,
you have information, what do you want?
you are going to the mountains, presumably to hunt down one of her hands. Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
All I want, a single piece of divinite. In return, I offer you 2 things. I can tell you where the third mystery hand is. I can tell you what he does. Tell you a lot about him. And thing 2 is we can forget everything that happened yesterday with the Knolls, ever happened, and good old Brunty boy can walk away with his head.
Doesn't sound like we're given much of an option here.
By all means, you can simply leave. I mean, it's obviously I would be sad because I want the Divinite, and it could be an opportunity missed for information, but I'm sure you could always find it later. Just I, in a seat of power, have the ability to do things. And one of the things I can do is clear up the mess from yesterday, both inadvertently caused by the brawl and all parties involved, not just you or them. Everybody goes free, everybody walks away, and then we just have a simple transaction agreement. No strings attached, nothing expected in the future unless you want.
Yes, we get a clean slate and we don't have to worry about looking over our shoulder with them.
Yes. Or anyone in this town.
I can't speak for the rest of the group, but I'm in. I'll do my best.
If we make this transaction, you can drop it off. We'll say our words. I'll tell you what you want to know. You can leave. Scot-free. However, as I said, I'm also in the business of trade, and if this transaction goes well and we wish to do more, I'm all ears. There's a reason Foxtroth operates the way it does, is because we run things smoothly. The things that failed here is what crawled into Arcanium, and what sprouted whatever seeds sprouted there. When you do things and you run a business, you have two sides. You have the side the public sees, and you have the side they don't. It's better for everyone. They don't need to see all of the underdealings, but the underdealings do keep them safe.
So, for information and a clean slate, you want a piece of dinner.
Yes. Sufficient piece, not just a tiny crumb. Enough to make a bar, an ingot.
To make a weapon out of, if necessary.
Whatever. Armor, weapon. It's more of a self-defense system. Foxtroth is protected against many things, but God's not one of them. The Divinite is not intended to be used by any one individual. It's for the city as a whole.
What was up with the guy last night?
Brent.
So he keeps his head if he loses?
Sure. He gambled with the wrong crowd, and, well, he lost some things, and there was some fights, and perhaps he got a little drunk and did something he shouldn't have, but nothing a little gold in the pocket can't fix.
So we get a clean slate. He keeps his head and we get information.
Yes.
In return,
Yes. As you can see, I'm offering a lot of things because Divinite isn't exactly easy to come by. And not just anyone is equipped to go and get it.
Well, gotta go with Percy on this one.
Perfect.
alright.
3 for 5.
Doesn't matter what I say. I'm overruled.
Do tell me, what do you have to say?
None of your business.
Perhaps. teenagers, hormones, whatever. And you?
Well, we can't seem to make up our mind as to whether or not we want to get involved with things or not.
I'm trying to clean up the mess.
Not sure it was necessarily a mess, but
Something we shouldn't have even been involved with to begin with.
Well, you weren't
I'm not going to
involved
say
with it.
that either.
Oh no, because you got involved. I got involved.
But the mark needs to be taken care of, so I think that's more important at the moment.
The information gained is more information we have to use.
Yeah.
It's more information than what we've got.
I guess I'm good for now.
Yes. Excellent. Well. And I trust that you are all capable. Straighten this out. Take as much time as you need. There's no rush. I'll hold up my end of the bargain. Of course, you understand that my upfront will be I'll square things away with Brent immediately, but I will be withholding all information until the other half is met.
That makes sense.
And we prefer us to keep our heads attached to this.
I like my head where it's at.
Well, and there's misunderstanding that you guys have no targets on your back when you're here.
It was a simple misunderstanding.
Yes.
Parts were in the right place.
And as I said, the gnolls are dumb, to put it bluntly. That's why they are the muscle, and those of us that are not gnolls are the thinkers.
I don't want people like that on our tail.
I have enough of that already.
All right. Well, we have a deal. I look forward to meeting again. Hopefully next time under better circumstances.
I don't think so, but we can hope.
Yeah.
Circumstances are irrelevant. Business is business, however it goes.
Unfortunately, yes.
Then, feel free to leave. Unless you have any other further business with me.
Given my personal vendetta against the Matron, anything to use the counselor is a boon in my book.
Yes, and the faster she gets taken down, the more peace we have here.
And disposed of permanently.
Exactly.
That's just easy.
Yeah.
Sooner I'm done with her, the sooner I'm done with all of this.
Imagine if Arcanium blossomed into a place like Foxtrot, where it wasn't just an eyesore to look at.
I would hate that, but I digress.
Well, difference of opinions, but
As long as there are proper people in power.
the more hotshots fall out of power in Arcanium, the easier it is to...
Maneuver people worth note into their place to control the power vacuum.
Exactly. It's like you were raised in it.
Something like that.
Something like that.
It's the means to an end, and if it'll stop someone from becoming the other matron, I suppose we can have a mutual agreement.
Yes, no, once the matron is gone, there's no other matron. Vampirism is not a place in this world.
There's a lot of things that
True
are
dat.
place in this world, but means to an end.
Let this be a start to a blossoming friendship.
Yeah, let's leave it at that.
Acquaintances.
Acquaintance is
Start with
a
acquaintance.
acquaintance is a start.
We might have further personal talkings.
One and done.
Alright. Well, on your way.
Percy will go over and respectfully offer his hand to shake the guy's hand.
Shake your hand.
He's gonna do the stand and do the business, like, handshake as well. Kind of
He'll
like-
give you that kind of like firm
The
Grip.
firm, like we understand
The
each
firm
other.
grip, the eye stare down for like 2-3 seconds, and then the slow nod of the head.
Of I read you loud and clear.
Mm-hmm.
Kai's got severe RBF and she just glares.
I will use shape water to bring water out of one of the glasses to form a hand.
Nope.
I don't know how to interact with this.
Just shake it.
Go ahead, Jake.
I wouldn't want to soil myself.
You can just head nod.
Change it to a head.
Try
This
and
bump.
sneak another drink.
It's like you're the margarita
Oh,
guy from
not having
Jurassic
this guy.
World.
No, those dice hate me today. So, nope.
He doesn't stop you.
No, he.
As you. Oh,
Dirty 20.
Oh yeah, no, you saw that.
Drex is like. He's like, by all means, like,
Drax is like, what? It's just water, frozen in a glass of whiskey.
I was gonna drink the ice. I swear.
Your drunken stumbles have caused us enough trouble.
as you guys make your way out of the blacksmith, onto the streets, to the stables, gathering your horse and wagon, and prepare to.
Stopping and grabbing my potion.
Yes, grab your potion, which is prepared. So it is a potion of +1.
Might eat popped.
Has a duration of 8 hours. Once applied.
I've got to custom.
Excuse me.
There. Equipment and
So grab your potion, grab the horses, prepare for your departure. And that's where we'll pick up next time.